In a resolute demonstration of its sovereignty, the government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia reaffirmed its unwavering stance against colonial influences by reiterating its ban on all cultural festivities orchestrated under the directives of the colonial regime. This decision, conveyed in the third week of November 2024, came with a stern warning that such activities would be met with stringent enforcement by the Ambazonian National Self-Defense Council in collaboration with the Ambazonian State Army. This report examines the background of the ban, the subsequent lockdown measures, and the escalation of resistance against colonial forces within Ambazonia's borders, highlighting the relentless pursuit of cultural preservation and territorial control. Good afternoon and welcome to the Flash News. Well, this is where we'll begin. Oh, well. In late November 2024, the government of Ambazonia issued a renewed ban on all cultural events tied to the colonial regime. The popular Ngongso Festival, scheduled to take place from November 27th to December 4th, 2024, in the Nso Palace in Kumbo, was identified as a key target for intervention. The festival was seen by the Ambazonian government as a covert means of assimilation, assimilating Nso culture into the colonial framework imposed by La République du Cameroon. The directives was underpinned by a firm declaration from the ANSC, emphasizing that any cultural event held under the auspices of the colonial regime was inherently illegitimate and would not be tolerated. And in an urgent message after that, Commander Willie of the ANSC asserted that all necessary actions would be taken to preserve the integrity of Ambazonia's cultural identity, signaling a firm commitment to reject any form of colonial interference. This was what he had to say then.
Shake no day. Fellow Ambazonians, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. With the great now, we can give an update on side we did for this revolution. I mean, Papa them, they bring this important announcement for home front. Maybe when I listen well. At this time of war time, come for tell when I say, the answer no. We can't for tell when I say this, so the following festivals and Festival Ambazonia don't be banned. The federal government will don't ban all festivals and as such, I can't for remind when again. Say the one way they want to organize them from what they call Ngongso festival, it don't be banned. And the other one way we ban again, and the one way it won't be organized by the chiefs for Southwest, what they call Southwest Chief Conference, it don't be banned. For next week, the federal government of Ambazonia, it will come put a lockdown, it will tell the lockdown will be, it will give a date on how the lockdown will be, and that way it will end. So next week, when I expect the federal government of Ambazonia, we can't tell about the lockdown way it is from. We can give a head up, more be aware. We know what she done, we leave some fake chiefs where they don't take money for the Republic, they work with the Republic for can make festival. They are aiming for make this festival them, go show them for white people, they say this so all things they become back to normal. And then they convince white people them. Meanwhile, they pass with the army, them kind of kill we for war. Any person where you want to organize this festival or you participate for this festival where this colonial chiefs they want to organize them, you do so at your own risk. When Ambazonia State Army they will be at alert, they will punish you on site, they will punish you during and they will punish you after. So make you understand them. I do want to give you a head up. Say this so the government will announce lockdown, it will announce them next week. It will announce them for next week for Teuna. That way the lockdown they will start. It not go be the next week, it will tell that the lockdown will be closer to tell the Colonial for the one make their festival. They say their first festival it will start on the 27th of November. So around that time, government will put a lockdown. And the other one, they get festival where they want make them again, where they want to say go be for December, around December the 13th and 14th. Government for Ambazonia, it will work with that schedule for put the lockdown for this period. So we will keep our eye open. As Cameroon for tight spot, we will keep them for that tight spot. So any light that life white for them, they go be to the contrary. Now, number 2, announce any person will be work with Ayaba, make your own height. I want to say anybody will work with Ayaba. For example, Grandpa Bali maybe work with Ayaba, make it run height because Cameroon government try to kill all people them where they don't work with Ayaba for hide evidence. So any person where they work with Ayaba, make it find a place to hide. Because Cameroon government try to kill all of them, no matter what. Now when they come to tell all Ambazonia State Army say wanna be ready, the days ahead, so that when this order will come, the lockdown will be for the 13th county. If they get any festival for Bamenda, automatically the lockdown will be for the 13th county. If they get any festival for Boya, automatically the lockdown will be for the 13th county. So anytime they want to make some occasion like this, lockdown will be for the whole territory because Ambazonia is a country. Nobody will come misplace us. With the great now, I will say Shishingo Day when I keep an eye open. Until then, they're gonna stay blessed. Thank all Ambazonia State Army, all the mobile wings them for the work they do. Nobody match them they go. Shaking all day.
Oh, well, the role of the Ambazonian State Army in enforcing the ban can be seen when the Ambazonian State Army, led by Major General Tolkien Du, quickly followed suit with statements, video, and audio communications reinforcing the ban on the Ngongso Festival. The ASA may declare, the Ambazonian State Army may declare that the festival, organized under the shadow of La Republique's military backing, represented an effort to corrupt Nso culture. Now, according to the Ambazonian State spokesperson, sons and daughters of Nso will not silently watch as the Nso culture is imported like a package from neighboring La Republique and then taken back. The ASA Ambazonian State Army emphasized that such an event must be under the jurisdiction and authority of the true custodians of Nso culture, led by the Fon of Nso, His Royal Majesty El Haj Sem Binglo I, and any interference from the colonial military or government was unacceptable. The ASA stance was one of cultural preservation and a reaffirmation of the true spirit of Nso traditions, unmarred by colonial influence. Well, this is what the ASA spokesperson said with regards to the banned Nso celebration.
Today is Saturday, the 2nd of November 2024. We are on with the Bui Warriors ASA under the stewardship of Major General Tok Anadu, who doubles as the Supreme Commander for the Bui Warriors ASA, coming up the position of the Ambazonia State Army on the issue of the Nso Cultural Festival of November 27th December 4, 2024. The Ambazonia State Army for Bui and Nso in particular state here in unequivocal terms that there will be no cultural festival in Nso as earlier announced by Nsoda. The ASA is unambiguous in declaring that what Nsoda and their master La République du Cameroun have planned is a clear declaration of war in Bui and Nso land for those dates and beyond. There is no normalcy in Bui and Nso for the war rages on and the death toll, destruction of human lives, properties keep rising. The occupational army of La République du Cameroun are responsible for this state of affairs. The Ambazonia State Army for Bui and Nso land are ready for the bloodshed Nsoda has prepared. Make no mistakes, for the answer will be appropriate. Order. What is different now is that for 7 years running, no cultural festival was organized. The custodian of these activities on September 19, 2024 said something terrible will happen to Nso people in his lifetime. The question is it now that the right time has come for his ill promise to be fulfilled? It is clear that this so-called cultural festival is politically instigated for politicians to make their private gains. Nsoda, what did you ever say or do when the monster La République du Cameroun slaughtered and is still slaughtering sons and daughters of Bui and Nso? You complacently kept quiet and are still quiet as the cruelty continues by the day. What kind of leaders are you? What development do you pretend to bring to Bui and Nso? Who are the people to benefit when La République is making sure no one remains alive. Nsoda has now collected blood money from La République du Cameroon to contribute during this bloody occasion in order to deceive Nso people. When the phone of Nso left the palace, the Ambazonia State Army called him to come back to the palace, and he refused and would not come back. Whenever he visited Nso, he would be in the company of heavily armed La République Army. He became a La République military officer. What does Nsoda think about this? The Ambazonia State Army assures you all that the cultural festival will be a non-event. Long live the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Short live the struggle.
Oh, well, in the aftermath of that declaration and these declarations, Ambazonian forces enforced a 10-day lockdown from November 27th to December 4th of this year. The lockdown successfully prevented the Ngongso festival from proceeding. The effective participation and compliance of the Ambazonian people played a crucial role in the success of this operation. The lockdown that ended yesterday, the ANSC, along with local commanders, made it clear that this action was part of a broader strategy to ensure that local governance and cultural autonomy was secured without colonial intervention. Now, the successful lockdown serves as a powerful reminder that Ambazonia retains control over its territory. The people of Ambazonia, united under the leadership of President Dr. Samuel Sako, demonstrated their resilience and commitment to protecting their cultural heritage. The operation also sent a strong message to the colonial forces that Ambazonia is not under their control and the will of the people will not be subdued. Well, we get to see that while the ban on the Ngongso festival was a significant victory, Ambazonia's resistance against colonial influence continues to intensify. Well, reports from the Department of Strategy indicates that further measures will be taken to prevent colonial cultural events across Ambazonia. The ongoing effort is aimed at ensuring that the government of Ambazonia, led by President Samuel Sako, continues to assert its authority over its territory and to resist any efforts by the colonial forces of occupation to impose their cultural dominance in Ambazonia. Well, we get to see that after these events, marking the end of the successful lockdown on December 4th, 2024, in Bamenda, the largest city in Ambazonia's Mesam County, it witnessed a series of explosions and gun battles that shook the town. 3 colonial forces were neutralized in the attack, signaling a shift in the dynamics of resistance. The Amazonian State Army, in a coordinated assault led by the United Forces of Mesam County, struck the colonial forces occupying key positions at Azire New Church, Junction, and opposite the Holiday Hotel. The Amazonian State Army spokesperson confirmed the elimination of 3 colonial soldiers during the attack, a clear indication that the Amazonian forces are increasingly capable of executing successful operations in areas heavily occupied by colonial military personnel. Well, this attack, combined with other recent operations, underscores the growing unity and effectiveness of the Amazonian defensive forces in the fight against occupation. Ongoing resistance we see in Ntambessi Junction and the use of the IED as well. In another notable development, we see on December 3rd, just prior to the end of the lockdown in 2024, an improvised explosive device was detonated at Ntambessi Junction in Mile 2, Bamenda, while the people were respecting the lockdown. The operation was part of a larger effort to liberate the area from colonial forces and their extortion posts. While the explosion did not result in any casualties, it forced the colonial forces to abandon their positions, leaving behind armored vehicles. The growing effectiveness of the Ambazonian resistance is evident despite the continuing challenges posed by material shortages. But we can see a live video of this bomb blast at the Ntambessi Junction. Well, Well, we can say that the events of the past months demonstrate a powerful and coordinated response by the people and armed forces of Ambazonia, from successfully blocking the Ngongso festival to executing highly effective military operations in Bamenda and in Ntambessi. Precisely, Ambazonia's resistance against colonial forces is more united and determined than ever. The actions taken by the Ambazonian State Army and the ANSC only serve as a testament to the resilience and strength of the Ambazonian people. The resistance efforts in November and December specifically this year underscore the unwavering determination of Ambazonia State Army to protect its cultural heritage and territory. The Ambazonian State Army and the Ambazonia National Security Council remain resolute in their stance against colonial cultural impositions, vowing to intensify measures to prevent future attempts at assimilation through events organized by colonial chiefs. As Ambazonia continues to assert its sovereignty, the echoes of resistance resonate across the nation, symbolizing a collective commitment to self-determination and cultural authenticity. Well, with this report on the ASA and the happenings on Ambazonia and the home front, we've come to the end of today's flash news. But then we'll leave you with ABC Amba TV images, and we want to say thank you for tuning in.